Sophie Cunningham leaves Fever's loss to Sun with injury. Here's what we know. The Fever had bad luck on the injury front on Friday. The way this game started, you would have thought Indiana had it all figured out. Stephanie White came in with a clear strategy, put the ball in Aaliyah Boston's hands and let her operate like a point forward. And to be honest, it looked promising early on. The ball movement was crisp, Boston was facilitating like a vet, and the offense was actually clicking. But then, everything fell apart. Aaliyah Boston got into foul trouble early. I mean, for fouls before halftime? That's tough. That changed the entire momentum of the game. And it didn't stop there. Not long after that, Colson took a hard fall and had to leave the game. And just when you thought things couldn't get worse, Sophie Cunningham re-aggravated her ankle late in the fourth and went down too. It was a domino effect of chaos, man. Shout out to wnba though. She stepped up and kept the Fever alive when nobody else could buy a bucket. 3 straight threes, big-time hustle plays. She gave this team a real shot. But man, it just wasn't enough. The Connecticut Sun came in and lit it up from deep. They play with urgency, they play with pace, and meanwhile, the Fever, supposed to be a three-point shooting squad, couldn't knock down anything until Bonner got going. It was painful to watch. From looking like a dominant team to just straight-up confusion, Indiana unraveled. Completely. Now, Stephanie White is definitely going to have some explaining to do in that post-game presser. I don't care how tough the game was, losing like this at home? To a struggling Connecticut team. That's just unacceptable. There are some positives to pull, though. Aaliyah Boston as a point forward. That deserves another look when she's not in foul trouble. I'll roll the tape in a second, but just watching the decision-making, the vision, that could really be something for Indiana. But man, play calling's gotta improve. Execution has to be sharper. And don't even get me started on the officiating. Late in the game, Stephanie White had to challenge a call just to save Aaliyah from her 5th foul. And even though she won that one, Boston picked up her 5th just a few plays later. It was a mess. No other way to put it. The vibes in Indiana right now? Rough. Something has to change. Fast. But look at these are some of the highlights from Aaliyah Boston.
Aaliyah Boston with those 3 fouls. Backdoor pass. It's Lexi Hall.
I mean, I'm so impressed with Aaliyah Boston's...
What's wild to me, man, what's absolutely crazy, is that when Aaliyah Boston was out there running point forward, it was working. Like, everything was flowing. The offense, clicking, movement, smooth. It was beautiful basketball. Boston had it under control, man. She was dishing it out, making smart decisions. Everything was going right. And then boom, Colson goes down. Watch this clip right here. You can't even make this up, bro. She hits the floor hard, and all of a sudden the whole energy just shifted. You could feel it in the building. It was like, here we go again. And I'm sitting here just thinking, how are we supposed to win games when it feels like somebody's going down every other quarter? It's like we can't catch a break. 1 minute, we're running like a well-oiled machine with Boston leading the charge. The next, it's chaos. I don't know, man. It's just tough to watch. Injuries piling up. Rotations getting scrambled. It's hard to build momentum when your squad can't stay healthy. And the crazy part is, this team wants it. You can see it in their eyes. But every time something starts to work, boom. Another setback. It's just getting out of hand. Bro, something's gotta give.
J.C. Sheldon diving on the ground for the ball. It's a hustle play right here. Looks like it's involving her left leg.
Ball kind of as a combo guard.
Caitlin Clark was being Caitlin Clark, letting the refs have it, man. She was fired up, and honestly, who could blame her? This was right around the time Aaliyah Boston picked up that 5th foul, and it was a huge moment. But shout out to Coach Stephanie White. She challenged the call, and guess what? She won it. Yeah, she actually got that one overturned, man. It was a big-time move right there. You could feel the tension, the energy shifting just a little bit after that. And then, of course, we all saw what happened with Kelsey Mitchell. Yeah, she had her situation too, man. Just add it to the pile. It was like one thing after another out there. Backup point guard Colson, who started in place of injured Caitlin Clark, went down with a left leg injury in the first quarter of Indiana's game Friday against the Sun. Sophie Cunningham then went down in the fourth after making contact with Sun guard Marina Mabrey. Cunningham attempted to set a screen on Mabrey, then tried to reset, and the two made contact as Cunningham went down near the Sun bench. Fever just lost Caitlin Clark back UPS in one night. Embarrassing loss. She looked to be clutching her right leg while on the floor, near her ankle, the same one she injured in the preseason. Trainers rushed over, both checking her ankle and testing the mobility of her knee. Cunningham was eventually helped off the floor, walking back to the locker room. She was able to put weight on her right leg, but had two trainers helping her. She had encouragement from both Mabrey and her Fever teammates coming off the floor, and the Fever once again had to adjust. Indiana is now down to 8 available players, with Clark out until at least June 9th and Colson ruled out for the game. But listen, y'all, the Indiana Fever is in serious trouble right now. I'm talking real trouble. Because if Stephanie White doesn't figure this out soon, man, I'm just keeping it real, she might be out of a job. Like, I gotta be honest here. At times, she's looking worse than Christy Sides ever did, bro. And that's saying something. You're dropping games to teams you should be beating. And the stuff this team was actually good at last season, they're not even showing flashes of it anymore. This might be one of the ugliest performances I've seen from the Fever since they drafted Caitlin Clark, man. And that's no exaggeration. This game was just rough. Shout out to wnba though, real talk. She came alive late in the fourth, did everything she could to give this team a shot. She balled out, but one player showing up ain't enough when the whole system is falling apart, man. Dave Portnoy tweet this. Caitlin Clark may win the MVP by not playing. The Fever now 0-2 without her and absolutely suck. Lost as 12.5 favorites at home.
This is a sick league. Like, sick league here. I'm trying to watch this game, right? Sick league. Bucket here. Fever suck without Caitlin Clark. Now notice, 3-point game, 1:15 on the clock. Timeout called. Fever, by the way, Caitlin's going to win the MVP by not playing. So 80-41, 1:15 left. We go to a commercial break in the W. Let's fast forward through the commercials, bottom right there, commercials. The game just came back. There's 39 seconds with an over-the-back call. So we missed a Fever possession. We missed, I guess, a shot by the Sun and an over-back. So no big deal. 84-81, a minute 20 left, and they come back to this, 39 seconds. Forget Caitlin not playing. This league a joke, boy.
Shout out to Dave Porter for pointing that out. I didn't even realize that happened, bro. Like, no joke. I completely missed that part. And now I'm just sitting here like, what is even happening right now? I'm honestly lost for words. I did not see this coming. We made so many videos this off-season, hyping this team up, giving them their flowers, man. We believed in this squad. And now, it's just disappointment after disappointment. Look, wnba, I can't even be mad at her. She's been showing up these last few games, holding it down. So I'm not gonna bash her at all. But Natasha Howard? I don't know, bro. And Kelsey Mitchell, man. That last shot? You have to knock that down. That was the moment right there. And she missed it. My goodness, bro. That was painful. This is bad, man. The Fever are officially on a losing streak. And what's worse, they look exposed without Caitlin Clark. Like fully exposed. Everything's falling apart. And the wildest part, they went on a 16-0 run in the fourth quarter. Y'all, a 16-0 run. And still lost the damn game. I can't make this up. I'm gonna get this video out to y'all right now. We gotta see what Stephanie White says in the press conference because I need answers. Keep those notifications on.
Thoughts on the last play?
I think in the fourth quarter, we just found another gear. We found another gear. As much as the Sydney injury was probably a gut punch for us, the Sophie one gave us a little bit of juice. And so we found another gear. I thought our activity level on the defensive end was really good. We stopped being hesitant. We started taking our open shots. We were aggressive to the rim. As far as the last play, it wasn't clean. We didn't get it in cleanly. I thought we were gonna, the way it was developing looked like we were gonna have a good look, but it just wasn't clean.
I guess first, is there any update on Sophie and Sydney, or like the severity of their injuries?
No update yet. Wait to hear from our training staff about where we are right now. But no, Sid was in the locker room. I didn't see Sophie after the game.
Yeah, and then on that final play too, is that what you were looking for, the 3-pointer, or what were you kind of looking for play-wise?
No, we weren't looking for a 3 necessarily. We were just looking to get a quick score. I think the 3 happened because it didn't come in cleanly, and there was a little fumble in the ball.